Welcome to your guide for intuitive decision making. This is a beautiful way to dialogue with our intuition, both for next step guidance and also for deciding between a few options. I'm going to invite us to first come home into our bodies, to do some big arm circles. Big arm circles with our hands and bringing our shoulders up and then down and back. Gently moving our head in a circle, first one way and then the other way. And then doing some big hip circles if we're able, just rotating our hips around and really coming into the grounded energy of our hips. We can shake out our legs a little bit too if we're able. And then as we're ready to come into a seated position or lying down if that's more comfortable. And to gently close our eyes. And to take a beautiful deep breath in, feeling the breath start at the tips of our toes and coming all the way up, up, up through our body, up through our torso, up through our head, above our head, and then let it out with an audible sigh. Let's do that a few more times. Beautiful deep breath in, starting at our toes, moving up through our body, up over our head, and then letting it out audibly. And again. And now on this next breath, as we feel the breath moving up our body, we're going to connect it to a light that's up, up, up above our heads, a beautiful, rich white light. Feel our breath connect to divine source. And then as we exhale, this white light comes from above down into us. This is a beautiful portal. It's our connection to divine light that is always present. Let's do that one more time. Beautiful breath in, up through our body, connecting to divine white light above us. And then feeling that light come from above down into our body, filling every cell of our being. And cascading around us. And as that light begins to fill us, it feels like rich silk caressing every part of us, cascading down over our bodies, touching our skin, and cleansing us of any impurities, of any worries, any anxieties that we might be feeling. It's washing them all away And they're all going back down into Mother Earth, who knows exactly what to do with them. So just feel any worries or heaviness washing away out of your body and back down into Mother Earth. And now this white light creates a protective orb around us. We're surrounding ourselves with our own divine light, our own inner wisdom. And it's this sacred protective barrier, shielding us from anything negative, anything heavy or not true. And the only thing inside of this protective orb of light is divine inner wisdom. And now that we're surrounded by this beautiful, protective, divine light, I invite us to bring into our hearts any decision that we're currently sitting with. This can be feeling into a next step on our journey, whether it's a professional journey, a relationship journey, feeling into a next step, or it can be deciding between several options. So I invite us to just bring into our heart either the question of what is the next step in an aligned path for me, or if we're deciding between several options, to feel into choosing the first option. So sit with the feeling of all the steps that we would take if we would choose the first option. Feel ourselves taking these steps. Feel in our bodies what it would feel like to follow this path. And the way that we can discern between intuitive alignment versus anxiety is the feeling in our bodies. So if something feels like an aligned next step, our bodies are going to feel expansive and open and relaxed. And sometimes it may even feel like a really expansive and excited energy, like, oh my goodness, I get to live this way. I get to try this thing. I get to take this step. So we're feeling into a sense of beautiful expansion. And the flip side of that, a misaligned choice, is going to feel tight and constrictive. It's going to feel anxious. and it will probably feel a little bit unclear. Or maybe more like we're in our heads and not in the knowing of our guts, of our deep inner knowing. So we're feeling into a sense of expansion. And if we're deciding between multiple options, we can now say to ourselves, what would happen if I took the second path, the second option? And feel yourself taking the steps that would be part of that second path. Feel into your body what it feels like to follow that second path and take the steps of that other option. Does it feel like an expansive yes? Or does it feel like a not this? And we can also ask our own inner wisdom, please tell me the next aligned step. Just ask for the next right step on our path. And the answer can come in as a voice from within. It can come in as an image. It can come in as just a sense of knowing. And it's usually quite simple and direct. So feel into that sense of the next right step. And now we take one more beautiful deep breath in, and we thank our own divine intuition for this time together. And if we didn't receive a clear answer, we also sit with the trust of knowing that when we're meant to know, we will. When it's time for the truth to be revealed to us, it will be. One more beautiful deep breath in, filling ourselves with divine light and divine peace and wholeness. And let it out. And slowly let our eyes flutter open, with the comfort and the knowing that we can return to this practice anytime we're sitting with a decision, that we can return to the wisdom of our bodies and our own connection to Source.